Welcome to another edition of the Tiff Talk Show. I am your host, Tiffany O, and I'm so excited about today's show. We're going to be talking about relationships, real estate, and romance. And I'm joined by two successful women in real estate today. This is Stephanie Milburn.
Hi, guys.
And the gorgeous Tanisha Wells.
Hi.
Y'all, I'm so glad you stopped your busy schedules to come hang out with me today. You know how
Thank you for inviting us.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way because I know that you guys will give me authenticity. You will give me organic answers.
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real because we want to help somebody, right? So let's just dive in. If you guys okay with that?
Let's do it.
Everybody has their wine? All right. So I want to know, what are some of the challenges that you guys face when it comes to dating in real estate?
Well, and I can only speak for myself, but I'm 35 and dating. Wait a minute.
She's a baby. She's a baby.
Yeah,
she truly is.
It's really not a baby age.
I
I
can
feel
dig
like
it.
time is running out for me. I have no kids.
No.
Right. I can
So the challenges in dating, people don't understand. Men don't understand my time restraints. Like, I work a lot. Not saying that I won't make time for you, but at the same time, I need you to be understanding of my time.
Right.
I concur. I have issues with people understanding the time, and it's also a communication issue because people don't know a lot of the real estate lingo, and it's hard to talk about your day, and you have to like teach school,
Right.
you know.
And you're tired.
Yes. So I mean, I get it. You know, everybody's not going to know,
Yeah.
you know, things about real estate.
Yeah.
However, it's a plus if you know, because I tend to ask people, are you a homeowner?
Right.
You know, when I meet you, I want to know, do you own a home?
Right.
What are your home ownership goals?
Aspirations.
Yes.
Right.
Because that right there will let me know
Where
if you
at?
know anything about, you know, just simple things, the basics about
Gotcha.
real estate.
Gotcha. So would you prefer to date someone in real estate for, you know, that type of communication, feeling comfortable enough in your relationship to say, you know, let me tell you what happened today on today's closing, and not feel like I'd rather not talk about it because you're not gonna get it.
Right.
Well, for me, I know, Steph, we've talked about this before, and you say yes, you do want to date somebody that's in real estate or real estate field and have some information about it because it's easier to talk about.
Yes.
I'm open.
I'm not saying that I'm not open. I'm saying that, you know, when you talk about long term, just like what you were saying, Tiff, that, you know, if you get home and you can't discuss something, you're just generalizing it. So you can't really dive deep into an issue that somebody is having. So I just want somebody to be able to understand my frustrations, understand the highs, the lows, the joy. When I say, oh my God, I have a closing, I need you to be excited. You know?
You need the house to celebrate.
Yes, I need you to be excited. I need, you know, or if I say, you know, I got a brand new listing, or, you know, just something like that, you need to understand those terms, and I need you to have the same energy as I do.
So I definitely agree with that. I do agree. Even though I'm open to anybody that's in another industry, I would appreciate someone in the real estate industry because I would love to build an empire with them. Yes, I have my own empire, but let's bring that together and build something greater.
Right.
So
Would you guys appreciate a guy that was in a different field? Let's just say he's in engineering, nowhere close to commercial real estate or whatever, and he was like, you know, babe, I like what I do, but I am so interested to learn what what you do, because you know you make this thing so sexy. There's something sexy about, you know, your hustle.
Now, I would absolutely be open to that. Now, if they come with the interest of learning, I'm definitely going to give all the knowledge that I can, because I have a passion for teaching
Mhm.
real estate education anyway.
Mm.
So that would come natural to me to,
Okay.
you know, just give that. But again, on a daily basis, you don't want to have to school somebody about real estate.
But after a while, they'll get it. They'll get
And
it.
I think that if he has a genuine interest in you, to me, a person should want to know what excites you. So if real
Absolutely.
estate excites you, or whatever that is, if it excites you, something about me should get excited about that.
I think someone being in another industry would be better for me, only because I want us to have our togetherness, our union, but at the same time, let's have a little bit of separation. I want some me time sometimes.
Yeah. I
And
can do
so
that.
if I'm with my real estate comrades, you know, we have our thing going on, and then we invite them over.
Okay.
Come to an event, come to the gala, things like that. If you want to do investments, great. Like I say, let's build something together.
So what kind of guys are you guys meeting these days? Like, what can you appreciate about the ups of your dating, and what could you absolutely do away with? What would you like to throw away?
I would like to throw away those who are not really themselves. I mean, they will throw somebody else in front of you who is not their true
Their
character,
representative,
their
right?
true person.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
So I'm a little bit more seasoned than
Yeah.
Tamisha. I will be 40 this year.
Looking
There we go.
amazing,
There we
right?
go.
Looking like a whole snack.
An entree.
Like, get it right.
Right, an entree. But yeah, I would definitely like someone to just be themselves.
Yes.
Yeah. I say this all the time, and I don't know if guys appreciate this enough, but there is just something sexy about honesty. Like, it
yes,
is
it
one of the
is.
most attractive characteristics that someone
Absolutely.
can have, females or males, because I feel like if you just tell me straight up what you want, and that's exactly what you want, even if it doesn't include anything long term with me, an adult is going to respect your honesty. Now,
Yes.
not unless they're looking for you to, you know, sprinkle sugar coated with lies or whatnot, but it's somebody that literally respects their own time. I'm appreciate you saving me some time and letting me know that by being honest.
And now that you brought up the time, I just want to do away with wasting my time.
Right, right.
Yeah. So my
Yes.
thing is, I go on a lot of first and last dates.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Only because
Process of elimination.
I tell people who I am in the beginning. You either accept me or you don't.
Right.
And I expect the same. And so I work off of 3 foundational things:
Okay.
trust,
Share. Okay.
respect,
Mm-hmm.
and communication. If you don't have those things, then I can't deal with it.
And y'all know I am a huge advocate for communication. It's probably one of the most underrated tools used in relationships, because some people rather not communicate to avoid
An argument or something. Yes.
but it's really, sometimes it can be an imaginary war you've already created in your mind that's going to happen, and who's to say it's going to turn into an argument? That person may actually appreciate you sharing your mind with them respectfully, you know, if you come at them in a way they can respect your position. But trust and loyalty and respect, and all, they're all free. It costs you nothing to give those things, and it boggles my brain when people don't give it as if it costs them something. Like, oh man, you won't trust too? God, that's gonna cost me a whole nothing. You know what I mean? So the things that are free in relationships, that's what we don't see enough of.
But that's the things that we actually value.
I was just about to say that. Those are the things that we actually value.
Yeah.
Not all, I mean, and I think I may have said this on a show previously. You know, the 5-star restaurants, all that stuff is good, especially if you're dating a woman who can obviously, you know, afford to take herself to a 5-star restaurant. Guys, stop thinking that you're turning her on to something.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You're not always turning a female who's accustomed to a certain thing on to anything. You can, you know, probably help maintain that, but you're not really turning her on. So she's looking for, a successful woman is looking for substance. You guys are looking for conversations and, you know, more of that, those types of things. So, you know, outside of real estate, you guys are successful women. You're attractive women. how does the conversation take place with you and a guy when you're like, okay, so it's cool that, you know, we want to get to know each other, but here's some things you may want to know about, you know, me and my career right now. I know you're probably looking for me to, you know, spend X amount of days with you, but that's probably not going to be possible right now. You're going to have a guy that says, well, hold on, you know, I'm used to a woman making time for what she wants. And I've said that before too. People make time for what they want.
Yes.
Right. So how do you approach that when this guy is serious and he's like, look, you know, I get it, you're busy. I don't want to stop your hustle. But where do I fit into this picture?
I think it's just exactly what you said. You're going to make time for what you want. So if that person piques your interest enough and you want to explore a relationship, then the time is going to be made. So it's no question about it. So if that person's not making time for you, you know, she's just not that into you.
Yes, but in the beginning, it's always business first because we don't know. We don't know if you're going to make it.
Well, that's a good point. I think that's a good point because you definitely don't want to tie yourself up to someone that potentially have missed out on something else. But that takes those keen instincts that women were gifted with, and we just have to really keen into.
Absolutely.
But when they become that man of, you know, the first man in my life or the only man in my life, then of course it's going to be family first.
Right.
But it has to get to that point. And
Right. I mean, yeah. I agree. I mean, once you get into that relationship and it's official, of course you'll be able to manage your time better to where your relationship comes first.
Right.
Well, let's say we're going to put God first.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. You know,
And stop using God as a way to get to these women's hearts.
Ooh, yes.
Okay, put a pin in that. We'll come right back. Here's a quick commercial. Don't go anywhere.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey girl, what's wrong?
I'm so stressed out. We just were declined on our mortgage loan. They said our credit score is too low. It's a 615. They say we need a 620 or higher. I just don't know what to do anymore.
What? Girl, you need to call Tiana Ochoa Mortgages at 713-772-5363. They'll get it done. Our credit score was a 580 and they got us approved and closed.
Are you serious? What's their number again?
It's 713-772-5363. They've been in business for over 10 years and have strong relationships with different lenders, access to various programs, and more importantly, they work with common sense underwriters that can overcome obstacles. Call them right now, 713-772-5363. You can even visit them online and fill out an application at your convenience at TIANAOCHOAmortgages.com. Do not get discouraged. You just need the right team working with you.
This is Tiana Ochoa. We want to help you turn your dream of homeownership into a reality. Let our experienced bilingual staff help you today. Whether you're buying your first house, second, or an investment property, give us a call today, 713-772-5363.
NMLS number 844491.
Hopefully you guys didn't go anywhere because our topics have been hot. All right, would you guys agree?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to keep the fire going and answer the next question. Do you guys, do you find yourselves like reevaluating your dating expectations due to your career? And let me just kind of, dive into that. Like, kind of what I mean is, you guys meet successful people all the time. And then you may meet someone that may not be as successful, but there's, something very attractive about it. Yeah, some really good promising potential there from where you were prior to your career now. Have you kind of went back to the drawing board like, okay, so here's what I should probably just not put
boundaries on.
Yeah.
So I actually like being in a relationship. I have not been in a relationship over 3 years now. I guess long-term relationship, I should say. And yes, I do find myself reevaluating the things that I wanted. Yes, I was a little superficial a little bit when I said, okay, well, they can't make anything less than 80.
Right.
They have to be 5'11" and higher.
Right.
So things like that. So I have opened up my mindset and my criteria.
Yeah.
Where I'm not putting too many limitations on individuals who approach me. The thing is, they don't approach me. And why is that? Is it that they feel that we're stuck up or we're bougie? Because I get that a lot.
But she is.
You know what? And this one is talking. And this one is talking. No, I'm not.
bougie.
I'm not. I'm not.
You
I'm
know,
actually down to earth. I really am.
because
It's
guys,
just, I
guys
like
want
nice
to feel
things.
like, and I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of bougie. I'm not a fan of even the word, because you know I think that people want to feel that they can relate to you. Now, if you are only wanting to relate to bougie people, then that will be your prerogative.
Right.
But you know, I think it's good to kind of be a chameleon in some kind of facet, because if I want to take you from Third Ward to Upper Kirby, I want you to be able to fit in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And my family, although he may be very, very successful, his family, mom and them may still be living down there in South Acres. Shout out South Acres, my hood. They may still be over there with all this love and stuff, but I wouldn't want someone to feel like maybe I don't think I belong there because of a certain thing.
My thing is, if I like nice things, that doesn't mean that I'm bougie. That just means
That does not mean that.
right.
Absolutely
so
not.
That's what people mistaken bougie for when it's not that.
Right.
If I like to treat myself to dinner, not because it's a holiday
Right.
or a
Just
celebration,
because. I know that's
I like
right.
to go have some lobster and steak or whatever. I'm going to do that for
Right.
myself because that's what I want.
Right.
And I love to do that as well.
Me too.
And I've had conflict with a person that I was dating. He just did not like to spend money on things like 5-star restaurants and stuff like that. Like he looked at me like, oh, no, I wouldn't spend my money on it. I'm like, okay, would you spend money on whatever you
I was
like
just
to
gonna
do,
say, so
whatever makes
what
you
were
happy?
those things? And I'm not trying to pry, but I just want to know, like, what was his?
To be honest, it's been a while.
Don't worry about them shoes he
I'm-
bought you. What about them?
I'm like, actually, he did buy those.
Right.
But just like Tamisha, it's been almost 3 years for me since I've been in a committed relationship, and again, it's by choice.
Right.
It's always by choice.
Yeah, it's by choice, but because I value my peace.
Mm-hmm.
I value my peace, and I'm so much at peace. And just like when you talk about
Yes.
reevaluating the dating standards, so I would venture to say that this year, actually last year, 2018, I wanted to change some different things about who I allowed into my space, because just like Tamisha, I have my own preferences.
Right.
I definitely like 6 feet and taller. I'm more of a
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
a
There's
dark
nothing
skin.
wrong with that. Yeah.
Right. However, I chose to do something different, and it just didn't work out. So for me,
I'm laughing.
right, because I'm
I want to say
politically
something.
correct.
I want to say something about that though. Like, I don't want you to forget what you're gonna say.
Well, and I just feel like I don't want to go so far away from my preferences, because I think I'm not gonna be happy.
Okay, so let me just say this. This is a Tyff talk. Y'all can write this down. Date what you want. I am big on that, because if I decide to, make an exception, and then I'm not saying don't consider exceptions. I am not saying that by far, because I don't want nobody to cheat themselves out of what could potentially be the happiest, moments of their lives.
Something that God has brought to you.
Absolutely, something. Hello, living witness,
Okay.
amen.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, the reason why I say date what you want, because I got about 80% of what I want in my husband, but what I did make an exception for, I wouldn't change it for anything,
Right.
because of, he makes up that much more. But I've known people to date far out of their exception,
Right.
and then that person let them down, and then you're like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even date your type. I don't even, like, I literally thought that this would be that different thing, and it turns out like I should have just stuck to what I knew
Exactly.
and got what I wanted.
But
you
that's the
know?
thing. There's no such thing as a perfect man, but
No.
there is a such thing as a perfect man for you.
Absolutely.
I definitely agree with
Absolutely. I totally agree with
But
that.
I felt like I just didn't want to block my blessings.
Right.
So.
And bring to that one.
Right. So in that sense, I'm like, okay, I don't want to put any limitations. But again, it goes back to my preferences of what I like and what's going to make me happy.
Right.
So, and it's not always just about the physical, but that's what you see first That's what you see.
Honey, and listen, let not one person watching tell the lie that you've seen someone and said, "Pie, they look smart. That they are really intelligent." Lies. And the Bible says first physical, then natural, then spiritual. So if you've been looking at somebody and talking about they look like they could be a good person to date, trust me, it's because of something physical that has caught your that has attracted you. Yeah, let's be adults here.
Well, there's this one guy that I met, and he always said to me, "You're a good woman. You're such a good woman. I'm a good woman. However, you
wasn't good enough to make the." You know, that could be a whole nother tip talk show.
I mean, because I could go on and on about that situation.
Absolutely, and it kind of ties into, how many guys tell you, "God, why are you single?"
Yeah.
Man, shoot. And then
if I was single, I'll wipe you up in a minute. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Blah. To those guys, blah. It's what I say to you.
Bye.
This is a whole nother show, but I get hit on by more married men than anything.
True.
I bet.
True.
I bet.
And it's a shame.
Y'all stop.
Please.
Just stop.
Please stop.
Because for a woman that you know is looking for something that you can't provide her, leave her alone. Now, granted, there are those women out there that's completely fine with that. Don't F up their life. Look, don't mess with their life.
Oh, you mess with yours.
Right. But for the woman who's actually looking to have an exclusive relationship with somebody, leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
So what about those individuals who are single, but don't approach individuals like us because they're intimidated or they see something that they feel like we're going to say no. They don't like rejection.
We're praying for those guys.
I don't
We're praying
feel
for the lions to rise.
I don't feel like they feel like they're going to get rejected, because I get some people and I feel like...
Is there something about me that made you think I was...
Yes, I'm like...
Wait, hold on, who said this? Mike Epps said, who do you think have the most confidence out of men and women? We like women, of course. We walk around like but it's the men.
It is.
It's like, how many men have you seen that came up to you and thought that they can get you, and they are...
Well, this is what I've noticed, that
If you don't
enough women have said yes to them. So they're like, look, I'm gonna shoot my arrow in the dark.
All the shots.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot my arrow in the dark, and I'm not mad at them. You know what I mean? What I do have a problem is when you do give that individual a shot, and they end up making you want to shoot yourself. That's what I got a problem with. I don't want to shoot myself.
Or if I tell you no, don't turn around and call me a B.
Right.
Oh,
right.
for sure. I get that too.
Are we still doing that?
Yes.
I hope in 2019 we've been delivered, guys.
Hopefully.
Let's be delivered. Rejection is a part of life. It's
Yes,
okay.
indeed.
You didn't make the cut.
Yeah, go for 100. Ask 100 times and hope for one yes. How about that?
Yeah. And if she says it nicely, no.
Right.
It's all good.
I mean,
I always say no.
I
thank you,
usually
thank
let
you.
people down really nice.
Right.
No, thank you.
Who wants to be let down by these ladies? Nobody, right? So I get it, guys, but play nice. I dare not let these ladies leave without letting the world know how they can be reached, especially if you're trying to purchase your first home, rent your first home, lease your first home, or whatever the case may be. They have all of the details on how to be able to do that. Ladies, please share.
Well, my name is Tamisha Wells. We are with Tash Realty Group. I'm with Tash Realty Group. You can reach me at 713-825-9139. My email address is realtor@TamishaWells.com. Just in case you don't know how to spell my name, it's going to be on the screen, correct?
It is.
You got it.
And again, my name is Stephanie Milburn. You can reach me at 832-282-8020. My email address is Stephanie, STEPHANIE, @TazRealtyGroup.com. And you deserve the Taz effect.
I know that's right. Now listen, if you're going to call their telephone numbers, and if it's not about real estate, if it is about relationships, don't say you saw them on my show and then you bomb, okay? It needs to be serious, okay? Don't send them any creepy text messages, all right? These are grown women, so if you're going to send them a message, make sure that it's followed by the engagement of a conversation.
So let's do the real estate messages.
Amen. Look, she put it out there, so don't be making my guests feel all creepy, guys. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for the Tyff Talk tip.
My Taz tip for dating a woman in real estate is to be a man. be the head of your household and lead the woman, even though she's a strong woman as well.
And my task tip for dating a woman in real estate is to be yourself and be honest. Honesty saves you time, honesty saves me time, honesty saves us time.